I'm Melissa. This is Martin, Haley, and Maddie, and we're cruising America's Great Loop on our boat Cavalier. We welcome you to hop aboard and share in this journey with us.
Hey, child, up and go. A big world is out there waiting for us. I do live in every day. Outside, you will find there is love all around you. It takes you, makes you wanna say that it's a beautiful night. And it's a beautiful world. And it's a beautiful time to be here, to be here. Yeah, the sky's blue, just us two, side by side. We'll see the world that surrounds us. Hey, seize the day. Each road, every mile's a photograph in motion to astound us, carry us away into a beautiful night. 'Cause it's a beautiful world, and it's a beautiful time to be here, to be here. Leave all your cares behind you. The sun is rising. Turn around, it's right in front of you. And it's a beautiful life. And it's a beautiful time to be here, to be here. It's a beautiful day. And it's a beautiful time to be here, to be here, to be here.
Welcome to the Cavalier for another episode of Cruising Cavaliers. Cheers, baby.
Cheers.
All right, so what we're going to talk about today is our going over to Carrabelle and getting set for the crossing of the Gulf. So the weather window was shaping up. It looked like it was a real multi-day weather window. So we decided to beat feet over to Carrabelle. We would have stopped in Apalachicola. That was our original intent, but we had to wait for a couple of packages to come in the last minute. Our autopilot display had gone out, and we were waiting for it to come in. So it put us back a day or two. Otherwise, we would have been over there. So we decided to go straight to Carrabelle from there and skip. We've been to Apalachicola last year. Highly recommend stopping there, but we didn't.
Yeah.
So we went 60 miles over to Carrabelle. Not a bad trip at all. You get out there, it's a little bit of big water in that Appalachia Bay out there, but it wasn't too bad. We were probably hitting 1.5 footers, somewhat on the beam, so it wasn't so bad. It wasn't so great, but it wasn't too bad. But we got over to Carrabelle, and Carrabelle's just kind of a good place to stage to go over, but there's not a whole lot there to offer. There's a couple restaurants, but they're they're kind of iffy. They're okay, but we stayed at the moorings. And it's a little further around. You could stay at the sea quarters and be a little closer, but there really isn't that much to be close to be honest. So, and the moorings has a little more stuff.
Mornings was nice.
It was nice, and it actually they had a really nice little boater lounge. Had a nice, really nice pool table and some games and stuff in it, and televisions and stuff. So if you did get stuck there for waiting out a weather window, that would be a good place to be stuck at.
Perfect.
You know, hang out with other boaters and, you know, commiserate, waiting for the weather and stuff. So, but there is a good grocery store there and a hardware store, so you can do that too. We walked into town, had lunch, and went to the store and stuff. But we were there 2 nights because anyhow, we decided to stay another night just because the way it made sense for our trip across the Gulf. So that was about it for Carrabelle, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Little moments caught on 3x5s. Happiness shines like big blue skies. The timing is now just so right. A sleeping love brought to life. A burst of sunshine now. I got a feeling it's alright right now. A burst of sunshine now. I got a feeling it's alright right now. The scent of flowers, colors shake the earth. The smiles and laughters now can be heard. The timing is now just so right. A sleeping love brought to life. A burst of sunshine now. I got a feeling it's alright right now. A burst of sunshine now. I got a feeling it's alright right now. Dum, 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 dum,
So then after that was getting us set up for the big Gulf crossing in the Gulf. So the way we had decided to do it is instead of doing the single day straight across to Tarpon Springs or the overnight to Tarpon Springs, we decided to do it in 2 legs and do the rim route and go the first day to go to Steinhatchee and then the second day to run down to Tarpon Springs. So that way they're both daytime crossings. It adds another 20-30 miles to the trip, but you know, whatever. You get to do it during the day. So 1 day trip across to Steinhatchee, 80 miles. And it was nice. It was a little bit bumpy. I think they were calling for less than 1 footers, and we were probably seeing 1.5 footers at least. And they were on the beam, so it wasn't great.
Yeah.
But we got up and ran it up on plane, and that smoothed it out a little bit. And so we, got us over to Steinhatchee. It wasn't terrible. It was just, wasn't as glass as it was supposed to be. So. We got to Steinhatchee, and because of the hurricane, the one marina, the Deadman's Bay, was still pretty much wiped out. It's coming back, but it's wiped out pretty much. Seahag was there. They had their fuel dock. It was about 3/4 wiped out. They had enough room for a few boats to tie up on their fuel dock right there, and but no power. They had fuel, but they had no power or water there. So we tied up there for the night, got fuel, tied up. Nice. Other than that, nice night there.
Yeah.
Nothing else is there. So they do actually have a courtesy car, and there's some restaurants open in the little town there. So you could have gone in and gone to a restaurant or something, and go to the little market or something there. So,
Yeah.
but we didn't. We were just there 1 night.
We're leaving Carrabelle this morning. It's about, I think, 8 o'clock in the morning. Headed to Steinhatchee. It's a beautiful sunrise.
Open road, letting go. Sky runs out of view. Yellow lines, no stop signs. I'm home when I'm with you. So let's leave it all behind. We are done looking back. Got this forward motion. Rear view mirror in the past. Got our eyes wide open. It's been a ride.
And then after that, we were making the run down to Tarpon Springs. So that's going to be a 120-mile run. So we're definitely doing that one up on plane, and it was calling for less than 1 foot, and that's what we saw out there. It was really nice. I mean,
It was nice.
yeah, we got up and started running down, and everything was going really, really good until we started getting really close to Tarpon Springs. So at about 20 miles out or so, we hit a fog bank. And it was bad.
It was foggy.
It was foggy. I was hoping that it was going to just be a bank and then we were going to go past it. I even called the marina and say, "Well, it's not foggy here," but it was pretty bad. So we got into the fog, and two things happened that weren't good. Was our horn went out. It was intermittent. It wasn't working. So I had Melissa out there with the handheld. Doing it, so that was okay. But then our radar wouldn't fire up, so we're in the fog without the radar, which wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
And but I could see far enough. Oh, and also I forgot about the crab pots.
Yeah, don't forget about the crab pots.
Yeah, we were seeing crab pots from the time we left Steinhatchee all the way down.
Yeah.
There was a few times when we went maybe a half hour without seeing crab pots.
Yeah.
The other night it was the whole way down. And when the fog came, the crab pots were right with it. So it was pretty bad. So we had to find the crab pots and see if there was anything else out there.
Yeah.
But I could see just enough. We were less than a quarter-mile visibility for sure. So I was having a hard time seeing it. And here's where it was too calm. The water was so glassy that usually you can see the ripples on the water, so you can determine how far out you can see, right? Well, it was so glassy, I was having a real time determining whether I couldn't see anything or I could see a ways out. Yeah. And we'd see something, and it's like, oh, there's a crab pot. Okay, now I see how far I'm out there. So it was pretty harrowing actually for about an hour, at least, trying to get through that fog bank.
Yeah.
And we got all the way into the Anclote little bay there or whatever, and it wasn't until we actually made the turn and started heading up the Anclote River that the fog bank finally lifted.
Yeah.
So it was yeah. And then I got in here and after I was going to get somebody to work on the radar, and I fired it up and it seems to be working again now. So okay, go figure. But we were glad as heck to get into Tarpon Springs at that point. So that's where we're at now. We'll probably have an update a little bit later on Tarpon Springs, so we really like it here. But we're here. We're across the Gulf.
We made it.
Cheers! Hey! The girls are happy too. Everybody's happy now. So and it's warm, by the way, too. Finally.
Oh yes.
It's in the 70s here. Go figure. We finally found Florida.
Nice.
All right. Anyhow, thanks for coming along and for another episode of Cruising Cavaliers, and cheers and happy trails.
This is Steinhatchee Marina at Deadman's Bay. It's where we stayed a couple years ago. but the hurricanes really got it pretty bad. So all the docks are gone. I think we stayed at the very end out here. There was a dock, and they had fuel right at your right at your boat, and it was nice. So hopefully they'll get it fixed up. But boy, it really did some damage to them.
Oh yeah, I see that restless look in your eyes. Better put on my traveling shoes. You got the urge, I got the time for a road trip version of a Gulf Coast cruise. Dixie trekking lovers, two minstrels roaming the South, sleeping where we can on warm beach sand, rolling till our money runs out. We're driftwood, you and me, casting fate to the wind and sea, carried away on a current of dreams, a floating choreography. Like driftwood, weathered and worn, time makes me love you more. You're my muse and I'm your song, we're bobbing along like driftwood, you and me. When we met on a riverboat, Queen, it was like we were friends for years. Same dreams, schemes, and everything, leaving our past in a rearview mirror. We made a pilgrim pact to follow our hearts on a whim. Now my suitcase has a travelogue face, covered with where we've been. We're driftwood, you and me, casting fate to the wind and sea, carried away on a current of dreams, a floating choreography. Like driftwood, weathered and worn, time makes me love you more. You're my muse and I'm your song, we're bobbing along like driftwood, you and me. From Key West to Mobile, we slipped down to New Orleans, even ran on a beach in a Texas island town, singing our love songs, you and me all night long, till the morning tide rolls out. Maybe someday we'll settle down and our vagabond ways will end. We'll find the cove where the wind don't blow, anchor on in. But till then we're driftwood, you and me, casting.
All right. Well, welcome back to Cavalier for another. Then started with that.
Blah, 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 blah,
Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay.